Hello, my name's Malcolm Snook, and for the last 6 years I've been living on an old sailing boat and travelling around. I've sailed the English Channel and the North Sea, the Irish Sea, the Baltic Sea, the Bay of Biscay, not the Atlantic. I haven't crossed the Atlantic. I've been out in the Atlantic, the Aegean, and during those 6 years of living as a boat gypsy, I've taken thousands and thousands of photographs, and it occurred to me that it might be a good idea to start a kind of photo library, and particularly marine pictures. If you're interested in pictures of ships or yachts, motorboats, in fact anything that goes on the water. I've got pictures of everything from wakeboarders right the way through to tankers and warships and submarines and ocean liners. So I've started a photo library website called malcolmsnook.com. I'm selling the pictures, high resolution versions, for $1.99. That's American dollars, $1.99. So very cheap. And if you want pictures for screensavers or for websites or desktop backgrounds or to print and put on your wall, if you want pictures for magazine articles or ebooks, and especially if it's anything to do with the sea, then you'll find something, I hope, on my photo library website, which incidentally I'm adding new pictures to every day. So if you go there and you don't see what you want, it may be there tomorrow or the next day. Or you can email me at sailorsnook at yahoo.co.uk, sailorsnook at yahoo.co.uk, and ask me if I've got the picture that you're looking for, as well as sailing pictures and yachts and boats and ships of every description. There are some wildlife pictures and some ordinary kind of travel pictures and historical sites and things like that. So without further ado, let's take you to the website and you can see what it looks like and how it works. So here we are at the website itself, malcolmsnook.com. We're at the home page, and if we scroll down, find there's some text there about my 6 years living on a boat and traveling and taking pictures and writing. There's a link here on the right to a book that I've written, and below that there's a couple of recommended cameras. Nikon, I think, are still the best, but they're quite expensive, but this is not the most expensive Nikon. And below that is the Olympus Tough, which can take pictures underwater to a depth of 10 meters, and it's, as the name suggests, it is very tough, which is ideal for a marine environment, and it's the sort of camera you can put in your pocket and take anywhere with you and take shots anytime that an opportunity arises. So that's the home page. Now at the top there's a search box if you want to look for something, but along here all these are categories of pictures. So we've got pictures of submarines, warships, cargo ships, passenger ships, sailing and yachts. And although it's not a feature of this template that I particularly love, you will quickly get used to just scrolling over this area underneath, and you'll find other categories: travel pictures and historical sites, sunsets and sunrises, fishing boats, motorboats, motor yachts, harbours, anchorages and marinas, kayaks, dinghies and wakeboards and so on, tugs and workboats, oil rigs, tall ships, historic and replica ships, flowers, aircraft, railway engines, environmental issues, swimming, diving, survey ships, steamboats, wildlife, powerboat racing even. So lots of different categories that you can search. Let's just have a look at some of the pictures. If we go to sailing and yachts, there's a wide variety of pictures here related to the subject. So the first picture happens to be a guy who's made a real mess of his anchoring. He must have dropped his anchor in front of the little white boat in the left hand side of the picture, and then dropped back, and he's now got his anchor chain around somebody else's rudder, which is pretty terrible stuff. But if you were writing an article or an ebook about anchoring, which I may do actually, then that's a very useful picture. Then there's a couple of sort of boat maintenance pictures, an anode on a steel boat which has been all used up, and another one that hasn't. That could be useful for an article, as indeed is the guy anti-fouling his boat. But then there's a picture there from the foredeck of my boat approaching Cape St Vincent at the bottom of Portugal. There's a couple of pictures of a Volvo ocean racer, Assa Abloy, and it's run aground, and they're using a motorboat to try and tow it from the masthead and tip it up to get the keel off the ground. And then there's lots of general sailing pictures of yachts, pictures taken from my yacht, pictures taken from the land, all sorts of things. That's an interesting yacht. That's a yacht with an A-frame mast. I've only ever seen one like that. Anyway, lots of pictures to do with sailing, yachts, working on yachts, problems with yachts. That's the sailing and yachts category. If we click on, should we click on passenger ships and see what's there? We've got passenger ships at sea, passenger ships in harbour, all sorts of things. And I think that's quite a nice picture of the ferry coming in very close to the shore. Shows that there's deep water not far offshore, and you've got the girls sitting on the beach and pigeons and things. If you actually scroll over the picture, you very often, it should actually throw up a title, which it's not doing, but oh, there it is, Acciona Ferry entering Almeria. If you have a problem finding that, you can always click on the picture itself and you'll get to see the picture on its own with its title, and then if you hit the back button on your browser, you'll just go back to the page with all the pictures in that category. Now let's suppose you liked one of those pictures, you wanted to use it as a framed print on your wall or on your computer as a desktop background or part of a screensaver. You can just add it to the cart here, click on add to cart. Again, that's another way of seeing the title of the picture because it comes up. So there it is, Aegean Pearl Liner at Mykonos, quantity 1, price $1.99 American dollars. You haven't paid for anything yet. If you want to just take that one picture and pay for it, you can click on here and check out with PayPal. I'm not going to do it, don't want to reveal my credit card to you, but if you change your mind about that picture, you just hit that minus button and it's removed from the shopping cart. So let's pick another one, maybe add this one to the cart, and that says Wappen von Hamburg, which is the name of that particular ship. And you might then want to sort of look at another category. So let's pick sunsets and sunrises, and we scroll down, and let's say you like the look of that first one and you add that to the cart. Okay, now your shopping cart will, again, it'll show you 2 fishing boats at sunrise and Wappen von Hamburg, $1.99 each, $3.98 the total. You could check out. You know, you could go through this process. You could feel free to add 50 pictures and buy them all. But if at any point you want to remove one, just click on that and it'll be removed. So very simple, and you don't pay for anything until you actually go here and check out. And even then you have to obviously enter in your credit card details. So there's no possibility of you buying anything by accident. And let's just have a look at some of the high-res pictures. There's that picture approaching Cape St. Vincent from the foredeck of my boat. And if we just click through some of the others, there's Artemis, which is a tall ship at sea. And there's one of those pictures of Assa Abloy with them trying to get the boat off the seabed, get the keel off by towing it and tipping the boat up. Lots of pictures, wildlife pictures, sailing pictures, all sorts of things. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you buy some pictures. If you're a photographer and you'd like me to try and sell some of your pictures, then do get in touch. My email is sailorsnook@yahoo.co.uk, sailorsnook@yahoo.co.uk. And please feel free to recommend the site to any of your friends who may be interested in sailing pictures or wildlife or whatever. And if you have a website yourself and you'd like to give me a link back, that would be fantastic. And if you do that, I'd be very happy to put a link to your website on mine. I hope you enjoy looking at the pictures. I hope you might want some of them. Thank you very much.